If you want to get good with girls in 2020, there's 5 challenges that you have to face as a man, and today I'm going to show you how to crush them. What up, homie? My name's Dave, and I put out new videos every Tuesday and every Friday to help you get the girls you want and become the man you're meant to be. So if you haven't subscribed yet, then make sure to smash that button and hit that bell so you don't miss your chance at that next awesome girl. Now, throughout time, many different cultures have had different rites of passage to turn a man into a man. The Spartans had one, the Native Americans had one. Hell, I was just reading about a rite of passage from this Amazonian tribe that forced its boys to stick their hands into gloves that were filled with bullet ants, which are the most powerful, most painful, stingy ants in the entire world, hence the name bullet. And the boys couldn't even make a noise. And they had to do that shit for 10 minutes. This is some badass stuff and kind of forces you to become a man overnight. But we don't really have these sort of rites of passage anymore in the modern world, which is why, and this is scientifically proven, most men spend the entirety of their lives as complete jamokes. Now, if you want to avoid this jamoke trap and not be one of those dudes who completely settles for pretty much everything in their life, then you gotta go through your own rite of passage, and that comes in the form of the 5 challenges I'm gonna show you today. If you can go through these, you're gonna be unstoppable and you'll attract more girls than George Clooney. Let's get into it.
I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends commentators, and I don't know what you say about our private conversations, but it's got them hating things.
So one big thing I see a lot of my students struggle with, especially when they're really making an effort to improve and get their dating life to the next level, is dealing with their toxic friends. We've all had friendships that we've probably hung on to for a little bit too long, and the moment you try to level up your life, those are the people who are gonna try to bring you down, right? It's like crabs in a bucket. And the reason is they don't wanna see you succeed and get to that next level, because then they're gonna have to take a deeper look at themselves and say, oh man, if Dave can do it, then why not me? And people don't like to do that, right? They like to just go on and on and on in mediocrity without having to take a deeper look. They'll say things to you like, bro, you shouldn't approach girls in the street because it's creepy. Or, yo, are you really watching dating advice videos, man? Sometimes they'll talk all this shit about all these girls that they're getting, which if they're getting any girls at all, usually it's only from online dating. Then when you go out with them to the bar or the club, they just sit in the corner and don't talk to anyone all night. And you wonder what the fuck they're even doing. So the bottom line is you need to cut out these toxic poison friends who try to bring you down when you try and improve, because it's just not gonna help you out and it's gonna make you question yourself. What's a lot better is to pretty much stop hanging out with these people and instead, go out there, put yourself out there, do some more social things, go to meetup groups, join some social sports, go to the gym, talk to some guys there, and make some new friends as you continue to improve yourself. What you're trying to find is people who support you and your new ambitions, people who have their own ambitions and who themselves are trying to improve, and really y'all can kind of build up this positive momentum and improve together and crush it. Now, cutting off old friends is always gonna be sad at first since you've probably been friends with them for a while, but trust me, man, it's a necessary step. I've had to do it several times throughout my life, and it's made me better off for it. Bro, one of the biggest challenges that a man faces when it comes to getting good with women is overcoming his ego. And with that, you really have 2 choices. Number 1 is you can let your ego win and say, you know what, I'm too cool to get help. I don't need to get better with girls. I'm fine just the way I am. And hey, enjoy your virginity. Or the second way is you can be vulnerable, admit that you need help, have the balls to actually go for it and get better. Obviously, like I said, that's a more vulnerable way, but that's the only way you can actually get results. And it's funny, man, whenever I think about overcoming the ego, it brings me back to this one night in Boston 6-7 years ago. I was at this club that had a mechanical bull in it, and I wanted to ride the mechanical bull, but I also didn't want to look like a dickhead and fall off in 2 seconds and embarrass myself. And so my ego was kind of getting in the way of me having a good time. But, I talked to my friend about it. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to ride the bull. Fuck my ego. I'm going to do it anyway. And yeah, I went up on there. I stayed on for like 10 seconds and got thrown off. But at the end of the day, I ended up having a lot of fun. I ended up taking a girl home that night because she saw me having a lot of fun. And because I was able to overcome my ego in that moment, you know, I was better off as a result. Now, to overcome your ego, you really gotta ask yourself one question. Am I the man I wanna be right now, or do I need to change something? And you gotta be honest with yourself, bro. And if you need to change something, get ready to do something about it. Maybe it's asking for help, maybe it's taking some more steps, like applying some advice. Whatever the case, ride the fucking bull, beat that ego, and become the man you're meant to be.
We don't need the past in our lives for tomorrow. Never see the end of the night filled with sorrow. What do we do to love? What do we do to love? What do we do to love when everything's said and done?
Man, I hate to say it, but if you don't love yourself, it's gonna undermine every single thing you try to do. Any improvement you try to make, it's not gonna work. So let's say you go up and approach a group of girls and you get rejected. Instead of taking the lesson from that rejection, you're gonna say, oh, here's more reinforcement that I'm not good enough. I might as well not even try. I'm a piece of shit. And I know it might sound silly, but a lot of guys don't love themselves. And hey, you might be one of those dudes, man. And a lot of guys will tell me, Dave, like, I'm trying all these approaches. I'm trying this, I'm trying that, but it's not working. And I'm like, man, you honestly probably don't love yourself. Like deep down, you probably hate yourself, and you're self-sabotaging in ways that you don't even realize, and it's screwing up your results. Now, there's a few things I recommend doing to help, you know, increase your self-love and, you know, really appreciate yourself. First is to check out this book called Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It by Kamal Ravikant. It's a bestseller. Really cool guy, really cool story. Really just shows how he learned to love himself, how you can do the same and completely change your life. Second, I recommend to hit the gym, get a daily workout routine going, because when you're working on yourself and you're trying to become better in that way, you're going to appreciate yourself more, and it's going to just get you pumped up. It's going to get you excited to wake up every day. And third, I recommend checking out some daily, or trying some daily affirmations, maybe saying like you love yourself in the mirror, or some other positive ones you can find online. Give those a shot, see how you do for a week or two, and see if it has a positive effect on you. It sounds crazy, but it might just affect your results in a huge way and help you get to that next level.
I know that I gotta stay away from all your games, yeah. I know that I found somebody else to love me one day. You'll realize the grass ain't greener on the other side.
One thing I've noticed is that a lot of guys are petrified of rejection, but if you're super afraid of getting rejected by a girl, it's going to be really hard for you to improve, because you're never going to be able to take action. You're going to be shaking in your boots, too worried about what the girl's going to say, and if she doesn't even like you. But there's a few things you need to realize about rejection, right? First is that it really isn't that bad. Rarely is a girl going to like slap you across the face or like be super harsh about the way she rejects you. Pretty much almost never. It's only happened to me once or twice where a girl's been super harsh. The second thing is that you need rejection to have success, right? You gotta fail in order to get where you wanna go, because every single failure and every single rejection has a lesson in there that's gonna help you to get better. So there's a crazy thing I want you to do to get used to rejection and to soften sort of its grasp on you, and that is to go out and get rejected on purpose. And bro, I've done this before when I was going out there with How to Beast, and we just said ridiculous pickup lines to girls and got rejected like this.
Do you know where I can find a good smoothie place around here? I'm only asking because I live with my mom and she doesn't let me get out much, so.
Hell, we even straight up told girls we were virgins, and it still wasn't that bad. By going out and doing something that's gonna get you rejected on purpose, you know, some lighthearted, funny pickup line or something like that, again, it softens the blow of rejection, it shows you that it's not that bad, and it prepares you to go out and take some massive risks. And the more rejections you face, the more action you're gonna take, the better you're gonna get, and the faster you're gonna get results.
New X, new X, new X, new X, new X on me right. New X, new X, new X, new X, new X on me right. I might spin it, I might spin it, I might spin it,
Let's be real, bro. If you want to get to the next level in some area of your life, whether it be dating, business, YouTube, wherever, then you're gonna need a mentor to help kind of show you the way and dramatically cut down the learning curve. Basically, somebody who's been there, who's done that, who has the experience and can help you avoid the problems and accelerate your progress. This is how the smart people do it and how they get ahead more quickly. But if you want to do it, you gotta be willing to invest yourself in coaching, in courses, and different things like that. Or if not monetarily, you gotta be willing to invest some other sort of value. Ideally, to dudes around you who know what they're doing. Like back in my early Boston days, I identified a couple of dudes who were really good with girls, and I said, all right, how can I help them so I can kind of get their advice? So it worked out that like one dude was like 45 minutes outside of Boston and he consistently needed rides into the city. So I would go pick him up, drive him into the city, and then, you know, in the car ride along the way, he'd kind of give me some advice. We'd shoot the shit, and then I would apply that knowledge when we would go out to the bar and the club. Aside from that though, I've paid coaches thousands of dollars on everything from like YouTube to business to fitness and things like that, and I don't regret any of it. Matter of fact, it's really helped me take things to the next level, whereas, you know, I probably still would have been struggling had I not made those investments. But investing in yourself is a challenge. So many guys see a big monetary value on something and say, oh, like I can't afford that, not realizing that like the other choice is to potentially go through years of struggling. And it's like, bro, you're looking at it the wrong way. You have to have more of like a big picture, long-term view. Like, do you want these results, you know, that you dream about right now or within the next few months? Or do you want to potentially wait years and years or just kind of never get them? So if you're given the chance to invest in yourself, accelerate your progress, and make a massive improvement, take that chance. Now, bro, speaking of girls and sort of taking your life to the next level in the dating realm, if you want to do that, what I recommend is checking out this playlist right here. It's going to show you exactly how to talk to girls, how to flirt like a boss, and take that game to the next level. Let's keep it going. I'll see you right there, homie.